It's week 12 of the 2035 season, and we've got the Dolphins, rocket on quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Dolphins and the Jets under the lights on Thursday night.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They come in off another victory a weekend ago. That ran their win streak up to 7 now.
And I think that win last week established them as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with confidence and swagger, and you need that to go a long way.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, their long winning streak finally came to an end last week. A disappointing game for them, but still a heck of a run.
Indeed it was. What a great job by them putting together a streak. Now let's see how they rebound after a defeat.
Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Devlin. Slant pass, Griffin's got it. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down. Off the play fake. Devlin. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now a first carry here for their running back. And he'll be tackled. The third. He was able to pick up 6 yards there, so that leaves him with a 3rd and 13. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Here's the Jets punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Dolphin football. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their young quarterback, the rookie out of Oklahoma.
Brandon, I don't know about you, but when I heard he threw 5 touchdown passes last week, I thought, well, he's going to be the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I didn't need to hear any other stats, and it turned out to be right.
That's exactly right. It seemed like every time we turned around, he was throwing one in the end zone. But he doubled down. He said, I see 5 more in this game. Challenge accepted.
Challenge.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 133 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
They'll send a tight end in motion right. To throw is Mitchell. Off play action. Over the middle, it's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. The tight end in motion right. Back to throw now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. He's going to float this one deep right side. Touchdown! season. And the Dolphins put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd down and 4. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 36. They'll look to throw again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Again, he'll drop to throw. That one out wide and intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard. Slot man moves right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll send a receiver in motion left. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line. Off play action. Mitchell going right side here, and that's complete. Down the right sideline. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great effort there. 63 yards. And the Dolphins have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. I'll let let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. In motion, the tight end. Caught here by Griffin. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
From the gun on third down. Devlin, he's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. This defense for the Dolphins, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
$14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Here's Griffin on the catch. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a toss here, short side. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it...
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Call it a loss of 8 there, and it's going to lead to a 4th down. 4th and goal. And his kick here is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Dolphins offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender his way because whatever they've done, it has not worked in this first half. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They'll start the drive with Murphy. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you've got that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Murphy trying to pick it up on the ground. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. This offense number 1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
The slot man in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Here's Murphy again. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Back to throw. Mitchell. Looking middle, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Miami first down on a 14-yard pickup. Looking to throw. Mitchell. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Murphy running straight ahead. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Mitchell now off the play fake. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
And this one is right through, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Here's 2nd and 7. Up the middle they go. It's Woods. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he is going to have a Jets first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Devlin. Allen's got it complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. But no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Time for another drive here for this Jets offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
He'll find McMillan here, and he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Devlin. This is caught by McMillan. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ballard. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. 2nd and 3. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Extra point right down the middle, and that cuts the lead to 24-10. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with a Jet touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Mitchell. And he's got his man out of the slot. Complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, week 7. And it was the Dolphins with a road victory, so they'll look for the sweep now here in Miami. A shotgun handoff to Murphy. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Dolphins offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Here's 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Mitchell. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field. And that brings up 4th. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear? Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
Partner, that's excellent timing right there. Breaking off the route and being able to hit it right when he stops.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. Devlin. That is caught. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory down at the 33. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Off the play fake. Devlin. That's to the right sideline. And it falls incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Devlin. Touchdown, Jets. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets have got it back to within a score. Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts the lead to 24-17. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told, and it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. Fighting his way through contact. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. The Dolphins offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And we give you a look there at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns. You can see he's second best amongst NFL running backs at this point in the season. They go play action here on 1st down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Back to throw. Mitchell. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll go down at the 28. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives him a 1st and 10.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, it's Murphy. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. On now the Miami field goal unit. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this third quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The offense for the Jets ready to take over. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Now they try the right side here. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Devlin. He finds his man, complete. That's Griffin. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to throw. Devlin. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Final minute now in the 3rd quarter. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Off play action. Devlin. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaken up on the play. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. Operating from the gun. Devlin. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
2nd down and 6 now. On the handoff, it's Murphy. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The offense on third down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Mitchell. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. He's got room past the 30. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion. They'll go with Murphy here on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And quick throw here. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. You take a look at his receiving numbers so far. He's been terrific. Up over 100 yards now for the game. Now a give here to Murphy. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 63 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Now Mitchell, off play action. He's got it. Touchdown Dolphins. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. And the Jets set to take the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Devlin. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. Just a gain of a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got Allen. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Devlin. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 35. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Back to throw. Devlin throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Ballard. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Dolphins will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They run again here with Murphy. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Looking to throw. Mitchell. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Devlin. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
From the gun on third down, Devlin. And that is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Looking to throw. Devlin throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Ballard. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Back to throw. Devlin. Got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. From 6 yards away. And the Jets have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a Jet touchdown. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Dolphins are indeed going to get this, and that should all but do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And they take a knee. Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. A lot more was on the line in this one than just defending your home field, CD. They defend their home field against a division rival and get the victory, so this one feels a little extra special.
It has to, right? There's always just a little more emphasis on games like this. Everyone talks about playing each game the exact same way, but you and I both know that is not true. Division rivals, you want to take care of business, not just at home, but against a team that you really don't like very much, too.
So for the Dolphins, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face the Giants next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.